form of flat barbell press. The bench press is one of the first exercises that most guys learn when they begin strength training, and is hands down the most popular lift performed in most gyms. The barbell bench press is done on an upper body lift, which targets the pectorals. When it's performed correctly, it becomes a whole body lift that teaches leg drive. Total body tension, stabilizes the shoulder girdle. However, when performed incorrectly, it can cause serious imbalances, lead to chronic shoulder pain. So the setup is different. When you lie on the bench, make sure back, head are all in good contact with the pad. Line your eyes with the bar and make sure your neck is positioned neutrally to prevent injury. The foot position, there are several acceptable foot positions, all of which require your feet to be firmly planted on the floor. You are going to play around to see which works best for you based on your anatomy. But here are two most commonly used, which is basically the flat, like so, or you can go back. So I'll lie down, you can go back, the foot is still flat to the ground, or you can keep it like so. Under no circumstance should you keep your feet in the air, like that, or like this, or off the bench, or however. This causes you not to prevent from using leg drive, but also lose most of your stability. They are both necessary to execute lift properly and allow you to progressively lift more. Hand position and the grip bar. Just like the foot position, your grip position is highly individual and depends on various factors such as individual anatomy, injury, history, shoulder, wrist, mobility and goals, where you want to go basically. Most people take a moderate or neutral bench grip for a natural fitness. The wide grip, which is like so, for competitive competition. The neutral grip, which is just shoulder width, and basically eyes, like I said, eyes just above the bar, and that's you're in form to take the bar up. With the foot position, it's very important to keep the bars close and tight to the thumb pad, which is this bit of the hand, as possible. This makes it more easy to keep the wrist in hyperextension as well. So basically what I mean by hyperextension is basically if you grab the bar and you're going like this, it causes excessive stress. So what you need to do is grab the bar like so, and the knuckles need to be not under it, but level. So instead of like this, it needs to be like, this is the correct form. Pull your shoulders back together, down if you're doing a shrug. You can do this before you even grab the bar, literally act as if you're trying to rip the bar apart. So this will further activate your lats and back muscles. Engage your core, glutes, quads, squeezing these muscles. Remember, this is a full body exercise. It is a good idea to practice these steps on an empty bar until you get the hang of it. You will instantly add pounds to your bench if you don't utilize these techniques. Now, unracking the bar, it is usually best to get a handoff, or what we call a spotter, when you're trying to unrack the bar. It's safety issues. Having a training partner, someone to help. There's a technique where you can do on your own if you're training on your own. To maintain tension, you want to pull the bar off the rack using the back and lats rather than pressing up and over the hooks. This allows you to keep your shoulders back and your shoulder blades tight together. Now the proper breathing. The breathing is to remain stable throughout the press. It is important to utilize breathing to your advantage. Before you lower the bar, make sure you take a big breath in. So basically through your nose is and through your mouth. So this helps you create the full body tension as you bring the bar lower to your chest. Always to reset the breathing at the top, never at the bottom. Stay tight and pull to the bar to your chest. Drive the bar up with your whole body. So when you basically get into the position to maintain tightness on your lats and back, you want to visualize bending the bar apart and pulling it towards your chest. So when you actively bend the bar, your elbows naturally stay like tight to the body, which is exactly what you want, not flare out for 90 degrees. So you want elbows to remain tight, about 45-degree angle. So then, just as you begin to push, dig your feet into the ground by pushing hard. And this is where your leg drive comes in. Your gastrocnemius, your soleus, your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes, everything comes in. So you literally push down. And that extra force helps you to push and maintain more or heavier weight. This will allow you to stay focused and tight. Right, 5 common mistakes people make when they're doing the barbell press. I'm going to show you one of them, which is the first one, is hips raised. Load goes on lower and middle back and shoulder, straightening the lower back and shoulder could cause lower injury to the back and shoulder. So basically, what they're doing is getting here and like that. That's your first mistake. The number 2 mistakes is bouncing the bar off the chest. Not only does it hurt, but pecs control the movement down as well as the upward movement, gain benefit from the lift. So basically, what I'm talking about is a bar like that, like so. Number 3, don't lift outside your weight range. Use a spotter. Using a spotter is good as long as you're doing the work and not the spotter. So we're not doing any work. Number 4, shoulder position is very important. Correct position, down and back in the lower back muscles in order to support the shoulders, which prevents injury. When shoulders are forward, they deactivate the chest. So basically, what I'm talking about is my shoulders are in, and I'm deactivating the chest. So I'm not doing the chest press. My delts are in play. Five, it's range of motion. Doing half reps, maximum weight. So basically, we've all seen it, the guys who walk around with invisible TVs or rugs under their arms, and they're waiting for you to say, what do you press? And he's like coming up with something like, oh, I press 200, 220. Then you ask him to show you the actual move. So he goes down, and he's screaming and shouting, he's like, and he's giving it, and he goes down. There's no purpose in that. So hopefully, you can go through all this, you won't hurt yourself, and you can actually perform the proper flat bench press. Thank you for watching.